self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are conversation con artists. What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point, and I have to let y'all know something. Red is sick. She sounds worse than when she was Michelle out here. She sounds worse than any time she's ever been congested. She sounds horrible. So she is not with us this episode. And instead of doing this episode by myself, I went and got a special guest by the name of Cole motherfucking Jackson.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Cole Jackson. How you doing? I am Cole Jackson from Gubmint podcast. We have collabed so many times, and I have been in some of your videos. I appreciate you. I am now a W-list celebrity. W-list.
That's where we at.
I'm where I'm at right now. I don't know about you, bro. I'm about W-list celebrity.
Maybe right a letter up or a letter down. I don't know.
It might be. It's all good, man. Real quick, if you haven't heard any of the things that I've done, I'm going to throw it out there. Like I said, I do Gubmint podcast, which is come out the same day as you guys, every Tuesday. I am CEO of BYNKRadio.net, website where you can get your underground hip-hop, you can get your R&B, everything like that. I do artist spotlights. I do interviews with talent around the city of Birmingham. You name it, I do it. You got a hat, I'll put it on and do it. So that's it, man. Shout out to my homeboy, my co-host Shogun. Shout out to him, and shout out to Red. Red's my homie too, and I hate to see that she went down like that. Somebody shot in the ass with some flu. Like someone said, got your ass. Probably that Jamaican that be looking for ass all the time.
That's probably him.
He probably got her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He probably done figured out how to put some flu on the end of a machete. Walking around putting it on the steps and stuff. Ain't no telling what he done did.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you, girl. One way or another. Yeah, so that's what she did. She got sick. So don't be surprised if we get a call from Red that's saying the Jamaican's knocking at the door.
We gotta go get him.
He gonna get,
but we gotta get Ant first.
That's a karate man.
we gotta go get the black belt, y'all. We'll come, but we gotta come with reinforcements.
I always think about him as like Steven Seagal black version. Like that's how I think about him.
Look, I'm gonna add something to everything that Cole Jackson said about himself and the things that he got going on. There is a BYNK radio app.
How could I forget that? And I own the damn company.
Download the app. The app is on my phone. I legit, when I want to listen to rap and don't know where I want to go, because I mostly listen to R&B, I just put it on.
Thank you.
And 70% of the time it's something that I would listen to.
I'm the program director as well. But we got R&B on there too, man. We got some R&B stuff. I put R&B stuff on there too, man. We've expanded a lot. Thank you, man. I completely forgot about that. Right now we only got it for Android. iPhone people is coming. Y'all just too damn expensive. Y'all motherfuckers too damn high for us to get an app made for you guys, but it's coming. Right now, if you got Android, yeah, go to the Google Play Store and put in BYNK Radio, and that's it. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. Like,
right, man. That, like I said, 30% of the time I don't want to hear what it is, but that's because I'm real hard on rap.
Yeah,
but most of the time, like I spent a whole day like just going to the BYNK app, which, if you know my music patterns, I just listen to the same album all day. Scissor Control, I've just listened to that like all day. Well, Big Crit last week. Before, like the 6 weeks previous to that, it was just been Scissor Control.
Classic. That Big Crit is a classic.
That Big Crit is all right. What's your favorite song on that?
I Gotta Get Away.
Gotta Get Away.
I love that, like the damn sample he took. That song just takes me away, dog. Like I be stressed out sometimes and shit. I listen to that song, I'm straight. That, and I think it's called Wrapped in Gold. I think it's like the very last song on the album. Man.
Bury Me in Gold.
Yeah, Bury Me in Gold.
Yeah.
Man.
It's ridiculous, but
like
that's my second favorite song. My first one is Mixed Messages.
Oh yeah, that's a
I just
dope-ass
like,
song, too.
I don't know, I just like how he put together all the contrast, and that junk is nice.
He did that. That's a classic, man. I don't care what nobody say. That Big Crit is a classic. Like he just did it, and for somebody to do. I was listening to one of our other podcasts, Social Introvert. I'm plugging everybody on my website. See, David said it best. He was like, "Man, that ain't even no trap music album. That's like he said it's like country rap tunes." I was like, "Yeah, it really is. Like
Right.
it's soulful. It's soulful. It still got that hip hop feel. Like I feel like he took like some old Outkast and took some old UGK and he just took a whole lot of old Southern rap and just mixed it together and came up with that album.
To me, it got like that hood hop sound, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't hood content. It's like introspective about life and circumstances. Like that Bury Me in Gold, that mixed messages, that the song with Jill Scott in it.
Oh God.
Like,
Oh God.
bruh, like,
If y'all ain't got that Big Crit, man, please go get that Big Crit. It's so, and it ain't what you think it is either. Like I thought, like Big Crit, you heard some old Big Crit stuff before, right?
yeah.
Old Big Crit stuff be knocking your which he got that on there too, but like this guy's the messages he got on this album. So it's so many. It's like he just telling so many different stories. Like it just feels it's like a personal album to me. I love shit like that.
I like it. But anyway, let's get started with this situation. If you want to find me, you can go to Twitter and Instagram, Mr. MISTER_on_point. Did you?
I ain't plug my social media. Let me get my social media out there. Look, if you are a fat girl and you are trying to get down with me, DM me. Cole Jackson12. That's awesome on Twitter right now. And my Instagram is ColeJackson_BYNK. And fat women, if you're cute in the face, thick in the waist, just DM me. It's fine. I won't tell your boyfriend. We can go out to eat. You paying, of course, because you big. And we'll get into a good conversation. I love me so Fat Girl 2017, man. It's cuffing season, and I need to get warm.
Okay.
So
we just see if we can help you with that.
I love me a big woman.
Look, if y'all want to send any listener letters to the show, you can send those to conversationconartists@gmail.com. We'll check that out and, try to answer your question.
Of the best listener letters in the world. It be some of the, and then anytime that it's something that make Red feel uncomfortable, that's even better.
That is I love it. Love it when
you can literally hear her squirm.
Exactly. If y'all want to send something that y'all think will make Red uncomfortable, just do it. We'll talk about it.
That'd be the best thing. Red said something to me about meats the other day because now me, you, and Shogun use it, and she was like, I was literally in the grocery store because I know she was sick, and I was trying to make sure she was cool. And I said, man, look at all these. I'm over here in the meats section. And she was like, I hate you because every time I hear that, I think about Eddie when he say, I'm thinking about On Point when he say meats. Like,
yep.
Yeah. Meats.
That's how you rebrand words. That's how you do it. You got to call stuff what it is. You got to say ground beef. And you can't say meats no more. It's like a ghost picture of a penis just appear while you're looking at the ground beef. Like,
meats.
Exactly.
So
what me and Cole Jackson is about to do though is we got a list. This ain't particularly a listener letter, but this is a list that I found on Facebook. It's Dear Black Parents, you need to stop doing these 13 things.
Wow.
Now Cole Jackson have no idea what's on this list right now.
I have no idea.
So it's gonna be fresh, but
yeah, that's a hot take. There's gonna be some hot takes right here.
We finna see. All right. Number 1. Black parents, you need to start requiring us to contribute financially while we're still in our teens and early 20s.
That is false.
That's false?
Yeah. You live in this house if you... like my folks always used to tell me, if you old enough to walk, you old enough to get a damn job.
That is false. Because labor laws will fuck your life up. You can't have kids working out here.
Well, you don't think that's right?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But let me read a couple of posts that some people came up about it.
Okay.
My first job out of high school, I was making like $6.50 to $7 an hour. Mom told me I had to give her $200 a month. I moved out shortly after. If I can't save at home, I'll grind and get my own, and been grinding ever since. The next one is white children are allowed to live at home, go to college, make a mistake and learn, fall down and get back on their feet with the support of their parents. Meanwhile, a black child has to be an asset financially in order to remain in the household. Otherwise, you're deemed as useless. So instead of being able to get ahead, you're stuck doing jobs and things you don't want just to support a household that doesn't support you. Just a thought and pattern that I noticed.
We economically, black people are low on the totem pole though too, and sometimes you have to have that child to be able to kick in to be able to make it.
How you been making it for the last 16 years?
Now that I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because if you grew up like I grew up, I done had the lights cut off, the water cut off, having to borrow water from the neighbors, having to eat wish sandwiches, which is just bread and water. It really determines. I mean, some of us grew up in a very shitty situation, and I was kidding about I mean, I really was told that, but I wasn't made to go out and get a job. Like, you know, my aunt and my uncle actually, they provided for us pretty good, and you know, they just worked all the damn time. But like some situations, like, I mean, I think parents do that because like, fuck, like we're poor, like we need another income. You know what I'm saying? And it's not fair to the child, but you can't compare a poor white family to a middle class white family, because a middle class white family, they got way more opportunities and shit to do than what we got.
I mean, I see that, but in the ideal situation, your kids shouldn't have to work and provide for the household.
Now, what's an ideal situation for you though? It's like, is the Cosby's
no, just ideal is a situation where you don't need your child's money. Like, I would feel, one, if I needed my child's money, I would feel like I just need to grind more. I would feel like I need another job before I take my child's money.
Right.
And if I didn't need my child's money, but I was making them give it to me out of principle, then I feel bad about myself.
Right. Right.
You know, so it in my world ain't no situation where I would take money from my child if I've been trying to teach them to be self-sufficient and to save and things. I'm not gonna ask them to give me their money.
Right.
You know, so, and I got a lot of parents on my caseloads that I work with that I had this one parent, she made her give him his whole checks. He had 2 jobs.
Damn.
And he did it. Because he didn't have nowhere to live.
He ain't had no choice. He ain't had nowhere else to live.
But
but it's not fair.
I would quickly learn to just not be employed. If I'm working and I don't got no money, why am I working?
Yeah, man, but shit, like, at the same time, as fucked up as I'm about to say this, it kind of does teach you life skills. It's a fucked up way to learn life skills, but you learning life skills through that shit. And I'm not saying that's the way to learn. A lot of times, okay, let's be honest. Let's be real for a second. A lot of times, you got bad parents come from making bad decisions when you was younger. You just, like, you had a kid at 16 because you going for the bullshit, and now look at you in a fucked up place. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you feel like a lot of these households, which is sad to say also, are like single parent households. Usually a single mom. You know what I'm saying? And like, when you look at the dynamic in society right now, you know, a single black woman, they earning potential is shit. Right or wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it always comes down to like, well, you know, like, it's sad to say this, but a lot of times the kid has to be the potential other half of the breadwinner in the house, because, you know, she barely making it on her own. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain situations fuck up everything for the rest of the family. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
And it's sad to say that shit, because I really wish we could change the way we do things, but I mean, shit, man, a lot of times, man, these people who become parents at an early age, they ain't learned shit yet. They ain't learned no life skills. I mean, you can't teach nobody better if you don't know no better. Am I right?
You're right.
Okay.
You're right, but the kids shouldn't have to pay the price.
No.
And it should be. It's like I feel like a lot of parents are just waiting for their kids to become an asset.
Oh hell, there's plenty of them.
And they don't.
When tax time get here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm claiming all my kids. How many I got? 4. No, that's thousands of dollars in my pocket.
So, I don't agree. I mean, I agree with the statement that's something that don't need to stop. But like I said, for me, I pick up a second job before I say I need my kids' money. Mm-hmm. If I was in that situation, you know.
I think that one is a case by case thing. Because sometimes there are kids in the household that don't got no choice. Like sometimes the mom could be probably grinding her ass off and making as much money as they possibly can, and the other kid just feels obligated because they see that too. You know what I'm saying? Like some kids probably come out of the pocket because they have to, because they may have a little brother, little sister that might not eat next week if they don't put in.
I worked a lot when I was in high school. Mm-hmm. Talk about 40 hours at McDonald's and some overtime sometimes. And I was making $400 every 2 weeks every now and then. Mm-hmm. My mama never asked me for money. And then when I flunked out of college, I flunked out of Auburn University when I first went, and I came back home, and I got a good job. My first check for a week of work was $1,064.
God damn.
After taxes.
Damn.
First week, she never asked me for a dime. I think a part of it is because she was happy for me to be back. But my mama just always been a grinder. And that allowed me the opportunity to learn how to manage my money on my own terms and not how to manage my money on her terms and on whatever I got left terms. And I respected that. Right. And I wouldn't put a kid through that. And I try to keep my parents from putting their kids through that on my caseload, you know. But it is what it is. Like you said, this is going to be a case-by-case basis.
What we got next?
Number 2, using public embarrassment as punishment. You be seeing how they be cutting them kids' hair, giving them bald-headed fades, having them looking like George Jefferson out here. That's disrespectful, bro.
Do you know how much that has changed throughout the years of black history of families? Because it used to be like getting your ass whooped in the store to getting on Facebook and whooping your kid's ass and saying you ain't finna do this shit no more.
It's changed a lot.
Wow. I hate that. I hate that, man. Like, it gives other people to a chance to kind of look at them and be like, they're animals. They're black. Those black people are animals. Look how she's beating her kid in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I don't know, man. Like, have you ever been publicly embarrassed as a punishment?
No.
Oh.
No. Not as a punishment.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a difference between being publicly embarrassed and it being intentional. See, that's the thing about it. Like, it's one thing where you have to handle a negative behavior immediately where you are, and it just so happens to turn up that you're embarrassed about it. But it's a different thing when you say, I'm going to plan to use embarrassment as a weapon against you for this behavior. Yeah. Because I want your friends to know, and I want the community to know, and I'm gonna shame you. Guilt and shame are not good things to use against children because they're still developing their personalities, and guilt and shame, it pushes your kid into feeling like they need to hide stuff from you. Right. If they feel like you're going to publicly embarrass them and guilt them, they're going to hide everything they can from you. You got to find ways to raise your children that makes them comfortable with telling you what's going on because they want your help. They want your help. You're who they trust. Right. You're who they believe. They don't believe none of these little snotty nose other friends and kids. They want to believe you. They want your words to be the ones that ring true for them. Right. But if you betray their trust by shaming and guilting them in these different situations, then you're gonna get a kid that won't have nothing to do with you. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. I think the worst ones today are like I distinctly, and this was like a few years ago when that woman like beat up her little girl on Facebook. It's like
he was punching her in the face.
Yeah, putting them hands on her, touching her up and down. Like, I was like, damn, that's like fucked up. But And then the dude whooping his kids on Facebook, like, I don't see how that can help anything at all.
It can't. And the thing is, it's the same thing as the power dynamics we see in our society.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about something like what Harvey Weinstein got going on, the reason that he can do what he was doing is because he has the power, and the other people feel powerless against what he can do, so they accept it. Mm-hmm. When you talk about police, the police have the power, and the black people are in a situation where they feel like they can do it. It's the same dynamic when it comes to parents that do that on Facebook, because they know their kids ain't supposed to rise up against them. She knows she can punch that girl in the mouth and she ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
He know he can whoop his kid and he ain't gonna do nothing, because it's just gonna get worse from there. If your parent is willing to punch you in the mouth with cameras on, what in the world are they willing to do with the cameras off? And them kids know that, so they rather accept them punches on the video rather than what happens if they rise up against that situation. And the only reason a parent is comfortable with doing it because they have a power dynamic and they know that kid can't do nothing else. They ain't doing that to everybody else that wronged them in their world and their society.
No, because they know they get their ass whooped. Period.
Then why would you do it to your kid?
Yeah, exactly. Because your kid can't do nothing against it.
You know?
You eloquently put that out there. I mean, I just, one day we gonna see something like that, and we gonna literally see somebody kill their kid on Facebook. I guarantee you it's gonna happen, and that's the sad part about it. You know what I'm saying? I never really understood why parents. I mean, I know you gotta handle the situation, man, but like, you know, one thing my mom used to tell me all the time is like, whatever happened in this house happened in this house. Everybody else don't need to know, you know what I'm saying, what going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm punishing you, I ain't finna go out and tell my friends, like, oh, yeah, I whooped his ass last week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, too, one thing that I think parents don't do anymore either is explain why they're punishing their kids. Sometimes they just beat the hell out of them and just be done with it. It never, like, my folks was really good about, one thing I can say is I got my ass whooped, or if I got in trouble, they talked to me about it. I used to hate it. You know what I'm saying? Because you just beat my ass. But explaining why you got in trouble and what you doing, you know what I'm saying? That's a lost art, apparently.
It's valuable. But you got a lot of parents out here that say, I don't got to explain myself. Well, yeah, you don't have to. You need to.
Yeah.
You should.
But that's just like the police coming up and putting cuffs on you and taking you to jail, and you be like, what you arresting me for? I don't have to explain myself. I'm the police. Go to jail.
Except the police got a system by which they got to answer to. Parents don't. Parents can say that if they want to, do it if they want to, and nobody can really change them. And I've told parents, like, hey, you know, this is how you need to do it, and they be like, I'll do how I want to do it. And I'd be like, fine. You know, doing it how you want to do it is what got me sitting in front of you in the first place.
Next thing you know, you'll be sitting in front of a parole officer trying to figure out where your son or daughter is getting into the shit that they getting into.
Yep. Unfortunately. So don't use public embarrassment, folks. Don't shame or guilt your kids. Those are not good feelings. If you don't want it to happen to you, don't do it to your kids.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
3, threatening our lives.
Believe it or not, that happened to me all of my adolescent life.
What's the worst threat you got?
Shit, worse. I'll kill you. Period. If you do that again, I will kill you. I will get my mom told me one time. What she say? She said, if you ever talk back to me again, I'm gonna take my pistol. I'm gonna shoot your ass. Okay.
that would register as the worst. I feel like that is the worst it can get.
My mom literally said I was, because I think my mom did that because she was a single mom and she felt like she had to be like that with me because I was a boy. You know what I'm saying? And so she was just like, she was like, you ain't finna go up against me and you ain't finna do all. I'm like, Mom, why would I? I don't ever, you know, like, I never really understood why my mom would try to be so tough on me. You know what I'm saying? When I always respected her, I always did what she asked me to, well, not always, but I did what she asked me to do most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my mom was, I think, my mom used to get mad about what other parents used to say about their kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, some of the shit that I used to do was, like, child's play compared to some motherfuckers. So, My mom just said that to me one time. Like, if I ever talk about it, she was like, I'll take my pistol and I will shoot your ass. I was like, okay, well, done.
I was never threatened when I was a kid. My mama, nobody ever threatened me like that. Oh, my grandmama kind of did. She said, I'm a devil straight from hell. Try me if you want to.
Oh, shit.
And she beat all our ass.
That's scary as hell.
Let me tell you what we was doing, right? So this was an old school house, and she had some of those old heaters.
Yeah.
And we were taking some of the stuffed animals that she had on the bed. No telling how long she had them. And we would put them in the heater and let them catch on fire. And then we blow them out and then put them in the trash can and we'd start over.
Oh, my God.
My cousin came in and snitched. Now, I need to add that I wasn't doing any of this. I'm saying we because I got the ass whooping. But my brother and my cousin was doing this. And I was sitting over there. I got the ass whooping for not being a snitch. My older cousin, she came in and snitched right away. Ain't Carrie. She came in there.
They burning your stuff here.
I'm a devil straight from hell. Try me. And I just remember waking up. I didn't know how long later it was. We got a whooping, boy. That was bad.
You know, so, oh, boy, you the most ass whooping is not doing anything is dude I ever met in my life. You never do nothing. But I mean, that's how your family dynamic was. It's like your brother. Like, you used to get a show for what your brother used to do. Like, you just be in
all the time.
You get ass whooping by association all the time.
There like, JD, stop. Don't be doing that. And then the adult walk in and it look like I'm just watching, enjoying some shit. And I get my ass beat. And it's horrible. Because it's like I was telling him to stop. He wouldn't listen. But that's the dynamic that created. If you're a parent and you're raising two siblings, you got to have a specialized parenting plan for each of your kids. You ain't no one size fits all. My mama was like, if you do this, if you old enough to know better than to let your brother do this stuff. So what it did was it made my brother relentless at the shit he did.
Yeah.
He could do whatever he want.
Yeah.
Because he knew I was going to have to stop him. And he knew that I was going to get in trouble for stopping him. So it was in my best interest to stop him from doing stuff. But when he wouldn't stop him, I'm getting a whooping.
That's fucked up, man.
It's bad, man. You got to have a specialized plan for each of your kids.
All I can see is you telling them to stop, and then your mama coming in and be like, why you watching him do it?
Exactly.
I just told him to stop just 10 seconds ago.
That happened plenty of times.
Ugh.
It was unfortunate.
I'm sorry, bro.
You know what a threat that's always been funny to me is I'll beat the black off your ass. And I'm like, so are you going to be white or are you going to be like albino?
Yeah, like.
Or are you just going to look weird? Like, how is that going to be?
I'm pretty sure you're just going to look weird.
And where does the black go? Is it on the belt now? Or do it just disappear from you? Because that's how your cells was like, man, fuck this blackness. Like, it's over.
I think it just falls off on the floor. And they sweep it up later.
They sweep up your black.
Like, then you get a whooping for that. God damn, you put that black all over the damn floor. Can't stand your little ass. Yeah, to beat the black off of you. Good Jesus. That used to scare the shit out of me. I was like, could you really do that?
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, can she do that?
Like,
Can she do
blackness
that?
is him.
Yeah, like that. You see how light I am. So I ain't that far away from.
Or do you like get a shade lighter when they do beat some black off your ass? Like maybe you started off light dark skin and you got enough ass whoopings to put you the color where you at.
That's a possibility for me. Because I had a ton of ass whoopings. I was bad. I used to get in all kinds of shit. Beat the black off of you. Where do they get this shit from? How do these sayings get passed down from generation to generation?
I don't know.
Because that's a long lasting saying right there.
I feel like they came on some. I feel like when you hear something on a TV show, that's when it has life.
No, that came from a slave master.
I'm sure it came from a slave master.
Like,
but
I'll beat the black off of you. But
I'm pretty sure one slave master. I mean, maybe they had like maybe all the slave masters had like a slave master summit, and they all got to come up and say, "Hey, what's the best lines that you give to your slaves to cooperate?"
Well, Jim, anytime that I talk to my slaves, I always tell them I'll beat the black off of them, and it always works. They get in line, they pick more cotton, and we're good to go.
And you know what the funny thing is, Jim? The black ain't going nowhere.
It'll never go anywhere.
It's going to be there still.
Slavery's going to be here forever.
I just feel like they have a slave summit like the DNC and the RNC have they. I just feel like that's how it used to be. They used to get together and be like, so what's like they used to have a newspaper called Slave News. What's new in slave news, everybody? You know, cotton picking is at an all-time high. You know,
I tell you what,
due to our new, you know, we got the new R3000 whiplash whipped, you know, for y'all to get.
You know what they're trying to do? They're trying to bring in these things called the cotton gin. How am a slave supposed to work if we got a cotton gin? I can't put that. We gotta shoot it down. We gotta shoot it down.
But the only damn
Slave
gin I give a damn about is to come in a bottle.
It should be called the Slave Times.
The Slave Times.
The Slave Times. That's what they had. Damn, that's terrible.
I mean, we do it with everything else. I bet they had like TED Talks for slave owners.
Slave Weekly.
Slave Weekly. They had like a slave ring, like doing the number board with football.
Yeah.
But they were doing it with slaves. Who
Yeah.
picked the most cotton?
Who could pick the most cotton? They probably had like a Mandingo challenge. Crossword puzzles used to be all racist words. All those
Let's
things.
get creative with your racism.
That's it. Slave Weekly. I think I'll put that out next week.
I feel like that's the best bet of where I beat the black off your ass came from.
So it was like a vote.
As soon as he said that one's got my vote, I love it.
Let's do it. Slave times. We are
right.
terrible.
That's so bad.
Speaking of slave times,
we talked about this, beating and physically abusing us. I don't think a lot of parents, especially in the black community, well, mostly in the poor community because it's white, black, Latino, you know, Asian communities, but when it comes to the black community, I think it's really hard to know the line between discipline and abuse.
question.
Uh-huh.
So, do you think? I know that we getting a whooping with a extension cord is the worst thing ever. Well, I know that. So, how do you feel about the white version of that, which is paddling?
Paddling, like the kinds you used to get in school.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fine.
I mean, think about it though. This is a big wooden board. It ain't really that much of a difference between getting abused with a damn extension cord and a paddling. Paddling is just more structured.
I don't think it matters what tool you use. I think the intensity with which you use it is the variable as to whether it's abuse or discipline. I don't think an extension cord is bad if you whoop a kid with it appropriately.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, like, anything you use, it can be used appropriately.
Right, okay.
Like, if you got a paddle and you hit somebody with it and they ass black and blue, you overdid it. But if you hit them and, you know, they feel it, but it's not enough to brute, like, you've busted blood vessels when that happens.
Right.
If you hit somebody hard enough to bust blood vessels to that point, that's a situation.
Yeah. At the school I used to go to, they always had the PE coach paddle you. No matter what class you got in trouble in, the PE coach would paddle you. I guess because he was the hardest hitter or something like that. I don't know.
But I think the confusion comes in where a spanking or a whooping ain't supposed to be, like black parents use it to associate fear with the behavior and with them.
Let me ask you a question. This is another thing that is on my mind all the time too. Well, not really a question, but a statement. I think black parents use beatings and whoopings as more of a tool of fear instead of a tool for respect. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Like, they would rather their child fear them than respect them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
I
That's
don't
what I agree
want
with.
to. I don't want
100%.
to. I don't want to fear you. I want to, like, not to say when you a child, you're supposed to be in a child's place. I get that. Like, I'm not supposed to be like, hey, come on over here, Mama Cole, or you know, now this other. Like, I call her mom and respect her, but I used to feel like a lot of times when I got my ass whooped, it was just like they tried to put the fear of God in me, which I was told that several times too. How do you what can you do? What can a parent do to understand the difference?
One, there are state laws as it pertains to what's defined as abuse. You can't, in Alabama, you can only whip kids on the back of the legs, under the buttocks. And you can't do that while your kid's naked. It's a lot of parents do that. A lot of parents make their kids strip down butt naked and whoop them. Now, the worst case I've ever come across was that she made him get in the shower and get out of the shower naked, and then she whooped him while he was naked after he got out of the shower.
Dang, that's just torture.
Yeah, that was really, really bad. But I think that you have to understand what your state laws call abuse, you know, and because, you know, I'm a mandatory reporter. Mm-hmm. Me being a mandatory reporter has a lot of implications.
Right.
It don't have to have nothing to do with my job. If I see a kid at Walgreens with 2 black eyes and an aggressive looking daddy, I'm expected to call somebody, get their tag number, and like, hey, it's a kid. It look like they in a situation. The other implications in a relationship. If I date somebody with a son and they get a really bad whooping, I'm supposed to report that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got to know your state laws behind what that is. The second one is you got to understand that discipline is supposed to be something that jolts a kid into realizing that what they did was wrong. You know, it's supposed to let them know that they serious about this.
Right.
It ain't supposed to be to strike that fear in them. You know, because like you said, fear comes at the cost of respect. I bet the slaves did what the master said do, but they didn't respect them.
Right.
Spit in their tea.
Right.
Coffee. Probably, you know, rub the meat around the end of the rim.
Old master gonna get it today.
Fart in it.
Fart, you know what? Farting and shit really don't do nothing.
It don't, but it make you feel better.
Oh my
Spit don't really do nothing if your mouth clean.
Yeah, unless you have seasoned mouth.
Exactly. If you got
They just
seasoned
put
mouth.
extra sugar in.
But if you the black person doing it, you ain't got seasoned mouth.
Right. Oh yeah.
Only the person drinking the tea got seasoned
Seasoned
mouth.
mouth.
So, you know.
That's terrible. The thing, another thing that I wanted to kind of, last thing I want to actually kind of say about this too is like, I don't think parents understand that like sometimes whooping a kid really don't do nothing. Like beating them, sometimes some kids just be like, that ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I know my cousin, I never get this. This is oh my God, like. My cousin being what he is sitting up there getting in the shit all the damn time. And my aunt used to like whip his ass, and my uncle everybody used to whip his ass, and he still got in trouble. So one time, he got in trouble in school, and my aunt was like, cool. Like my uncle went up to the school, and when we came back home, like his room didn't have shit in there but 3 pairs of pants, a pillow, and a damn sleeping bag. She cleared his room out of all of his shit and was like, if you gonna act like this, I'm gonna show you what your life gonna be like for the rest of your life. And nigga straighten up real fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think parents are educated enough to know different types of discipline, especially black parents. Because I think black parents just know, all they know is like whoopings. But like, when she did that to him, then she took all that dude's stuff. And he was just like, all right, I'll be good. Like, I want my stuff back. But I think a lot of black parents, I'm saying that to say this, a lot of black parents need to know it's more than just beating your kid that's going to make them act right.
Yeah. Discipline is supposed to be a box full of tools, and a whooping is just a tool, another tool in the box that you can use for disciplinary measures. Some kids will take pain and just brush it off like, that whooping wasn't nothing. You know, because it's only so hard you can whoop. And when you find out your kid don't care about it, your kid might be a sadist. Your kid might like pain, but they don't like having all their stuff took away and living like that.
When I seen that, I straightened my act up for a little while too. I was like, oh shit, that nigga ain't got nothing in his room. Model citizen right here. Shit, you even take all my stuff.
So
that was terrible.
Whoopings is not the only tool that you have to deal with your kids. You need to be creative about how you raise your kids because it can get bad.
Yeah.
for you.
Bad for everybody. Shit.
All right.
What's next?
Discouraging us from pursuing the arts. While the arts can oftentimes be a hard business to get into, it can also be very lucrative. Whether it's singing, writing, or directing, there are tons of avenues into the business, especially in 2017. Not to say you shouldn't encourage a backup plan, but life is too short and too sad to stand in the way of your children's creativity or dreams. Have you ever dealt with that? I never wanted to do no shit that would be considered any of that.
Well, my mom, I've always wanted to do that kind of stuff. My mom was always like, nah. But then it come to find out, like, talk to my grandmother. My grandmother told me my mom used to try to be in like a little singing group, and it didn't work out, and that's why she used to be like that. Like, when I got to a certain point in life, like college age and stuff like that, like I told my mom what I wanted to do. She was like, nah, like you ain't finna do that. Like, that's dumb. You need to do something that's gonna make money. Not knowing that she had tried to pursue something like that before me,
yeah,
and failed at it, and that I think that just pushed her away from it. So,
yeah. And in turn, she pushed you away from it.
Right, and then, but here I am. Like I got a music website, and I have a radio station on it. It's crazy, but
but I don't have that much experience with that.
I think a lot of times parents do that because they look at what they see as far as like on TV and stuff like that, and they kind of see like they don't want their kid to end up like like child stars and stuff like that too. Because look at these child stars, they are fucked up.
Yeah,
and they don't want their kid to end up like that either. I'm the type of person, when I have kids, if that's what my kid wants to do, I'm going to push it 100%. Like, sometimes you just gotta show your kid that, like, yo, if you dream it, man, you can do it. I'm gonna back you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with you. You know what I'm saying? I wish we didn't do that, because I think we would have a whole lot more black, like, writers, black, you know what I'm saying, black everything.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, yeah, my mom did that to me. So,
I got you. Well, you 5 for 5.
Oh, I'm gonna be 13 for 13. Don't worry.
Partaking in homophobia and encouraging violence towards the LGBTQ community. Homophobia is rampant in the black community. This is something that probably won't change for a long while, seeing as how the traumatic roots of black homophobia can be traced back to slavery. However, this isn't to say that the way the black community in general treats the LGBT community is at all justified. Many black people use the Bible to spread hate, as if God didn't specifically tell us to love our neighbors as ourselves and leave all judgment to him. My mom, devout Christian, if you've been listening, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
And she had us in church 6 days a week. I called her once I decided to be a counselor, and I said, what if I counsel gay couples?
Mm-hmm.
You know, now this is a woman who's been telling me my whole life, love your neighbor, all the positive things about the Bible. And I get to asking her about me counseling gay people, and she was like, you can't do that. You know, and clearly that made me want to do it more.
Yeah.
But she said, you can't do that. And I said, why not? And she said, well, you can counsel them if you're counseling them about getting help about their sexuality, but not if it's to help them get back together in a relationship, then that's the sin. You know, if you do couples counseling with gay people. So it wasn't overt homophobia while I was young and while I was in home, you know, but I could tell that it wasn't something that was comfortable for her.
Right. I think for any parent, no matter what race you are, for a lot of people, I think the hardest thing is for your son or daughter to come out as gay, and for you to be able to be accepting of that. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? Because you just like, because you don't, no matter what you read or all that other stuff, like, you don't know how to handle your son bringing some dude home. Nobody's prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's rapid in our community because we feel like we ain't gonna be able to procreate. We ain't, like if my son or my daughter is gay, like we'll never have any more black people ever in life. I don't get what the fear is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
it's kind of crazy. I think it's stupid. Like we in a new age. Like it's there, and whether we wanted to be here or not, like it's here. We just have to deal with it now.
Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, that's just gonna continue to be an issue. But it's an American issue mostly.
Yeah,
It just trickles over to the black community. But I think a big part of it is that I think the black community refuses to communicate and have dialogue and have conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a society where you got a bunch of boys who, regardless of how they feel about homosexuality, they exist, and there are going to be some sons that are gay.
Yeah.
You know, and when you don't create an environment where your child can talk, it's going to put a lot of pressure on that child, and it's going to put a lot of pressure on you when it comes out. You know, those things just need to be something that you're open about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you don't know what your kid is before they grown, or before they come out. So talking bad about that community in front of that person is going to make it even that much more harder to tell you, and they might not. This dude I used to work with named Demario, he said that when he came out to his mom and his daddy punched him dead in the face.
God damn. Shit.
You know, and his mom, they disowned him for a while. They was like, it's a crap. I couldn't do that.
Why though? Because he's gay? Like what?
Well, the daddy probably mad because he had to realize that he had some gay sperm swimming around in his ball sack.
Like, I don't know how to come behind that. I mean, why? I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? If my son or daughter decided to be gay, man, I'm just like, look, it's gonna be a little rough for you because you're black and gay. Oh, nigga, you got some trials and tribulations to get over now, for real, for real. But punching my kid in the face is not gonna help them get through them trials and tribulations. That's gonna add another weight to their back.
Well, that lady on that Facebook video thought punching her daughter in the face was gonna keep her from having sex with dudes.
Right.
So
I don't know, man. We gotta learn how to handle these situations a lot better. As hard as it would be for me to be like, yo, like, bring your boyfriend on around so I can meet him, son. You know what I'm saying? I have to make sure. I know society gonna beat them down, man. I can't do that to my kid. I brought you in this world, and you gonna make mistakes. I can't do my kid like that, man. Like you a part of me. You a different part of me. That's another version. That's Cole Jackson 3.0 right there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So whether it's a boy or a girl, society gonna do that more to them, and being supportive is the better way to handle it. And a lot of people might not agree, but you know, you can't whoop my ass, so I don't care.
True.
Come see me. Cole Jackson 12 on Twitter. If you want to come see me, come see me.
7, not allowing us to have emotions.
I don't understand.
I read it. Black children are not often allowed to have emotions other than happiness or contentment about anything. The slightest of emotions are often shut down. In fact, black parents love to compete with their children. Oh, you crying because you scraped your knee? Boy, get up. I'm crying because I got all these bills. And God forbid you slam a door out of anger. So what they saying is that
I'm crying because I got all these bills. That sounds like something I was saying. Shit. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm
crying because I got all these damn bills. Shit.
You don't get a chance. They expect you to be normalized. They expect you to deal with their anger with a normal face on. They expect you to not be sad when things happen. Oh, that little bit of that dusty girl and broke up with you? Well, you shouldn't have been with her no way doing all that crazy stuff.
I ain't like her anyway. Yeah.
They don't give you an opportunity to be sad. They don't come behind you and say, you know what? You know, you gonna find a better girl. You know, she don't deserve you no way. Like, they don't allow you to be sad. You know,
Be sad ain't the only emotion.
I know
man.
what I'm saying.
Dude.
Angry. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, at the end of this, God forbid you slam a door out of anger. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
wait. Look, one. Now, I'm sorry I have to say this, but if you in my house, you ain't slamming no. Pay a bill, and then you can slam a door. You can't slam no doors in my house. You might not have a door on. If you get mad, I understand you get angry. You slam a door in my house, it's a problem.
Well, what you said ain't gonna work though. Because if you that parent that asking for $200 a month, and then you start slamming doors, you ain't gonna be happy.
Really say that.
You gonna say something. You gonna try to pull another card.
I can't stand that little nigga. He slam doors in him, but he paying half the rent. What I'm supposed to do? Ain't shit I can do with that. I can't relate to this because I think my folks have always been cool with me being me, because it's no other way I have ever been. Like, I just been me all the time. They trying to be like, oh, well, that's just cold. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I remember, I'll never forget, one of my best friends, he died on the 4th of July. Like, he got killed in a car accident. Like, he was like he was like my best friend. And I like cried, and my mom was just like, it's all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you sad, like, be sad, you know what I'm saying? Because me and him was like really tight. And she was like, you gotta let it out, you know what I'm saying? Because if she would have been a different way about it, I think I would have just been like, I probably would have went crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, the crazy thing about it was that could have been. It could have been both. Oh, both of us probably would have been dead if I would have went with him. He was with some motherfuckers that was like older dudes and stuff like that. It was a fucked up situation. But instead of me going with him, I was at one of my other aunt's house, and she called me when it happened. It was crazy, but she just she allowed my aunt, my uncle, everybody always allowed me to be me. Like, if I felt a certain type of way, as long as I wasn't disrespectful with it. Now, if I'm in the house slamming doors and shit, like, yeah, like, I'm getting checked. But I can't relate to that because I've always been able to have feelings or emotions about shit. So
I didn't even have a slammable door in my house. my room door, my whole door came off. If I wanted to close my door, I had to pick it up and put it in the rectangle slot, like put it in like a puzzle, and push it. And somebody, if you came into my room without me knowing you was coming in and you pushed the door, it was going to fall straight down and hit me in my head because I was sitting on the bed. It's horrible. That got me out of trouble one time. I stayed out with this girl so late one night. And my mama came in and she pushed my door like she was mad, like she forgot hinges don't work. She pushed my door in. It came down and it fell while I was asleep. Yeah. And she don't know it didn't hit me, but it looked like it hit me. So I played the door hit me card, and she was feeling so bad. She forgot about what happened.
I'm trapped under this door, Mom. I'm trapped. You see what you did to me? I would do the same shit. Oh, man. Play that card. Play that guilt card all day.
Number 8. Perceiving dissenting opinions as disrespect. Yep.
I don't understand that either.
So,
and that's because that's public.
If you have your own thoughts, it's disrespect. You know, like you can't legitimately go against your parents, even if it makes sense in reality, and even if it makes sense to you.
So if my parents are saying that the sky is purple, I gotta go with that.
You gotta go with it. If you look up and be like,
but it's
no,
blue.
Mama, it's blue.
You don't. I'm crying because of these bills.
This don't even make sense right now, Mama.
Like, why are you like?
But shut up, you disrespecting me.
Don't you see these bills? The sky's purple. Shit. Now go in there and play.
Exactly.
That's it.
Like, you can't even have your own thoughts and your own opinion. You know, in a lot of instances.
Yeah. But see, kids who do, tend to be asshole kids. Like, them kids don't have no, like, the parents who have kids with opinions, they don't shut that shit. Some of them kids feel like they can talk to any adult any kind of way. And I ain't got no problem whooping the kid's ass. Like, I had to put my foot up your ass.
Well, that's one of my problems with child rearing is at some point you got to start training a child to be able to communicate with adults.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't wait until they 17 and still tell them, you know, don't talk when grown folks talking.
Yeah.
Hell, they finna be out in the world with grown folks next year when they graduate.
Yep. You're
How
right.
you expect them to be able to manage dialogue? And one of my friends said that he got a job at this place, and it was like they had a training, and it was like some white people and it was some black people. And the dude went over this module in the training, and a white dude said, "I don't agree with that. That's wrong. I don't think that system is right."
I've had coworkers like that do that shit, and I'm like, shit.
What he said was all the black people in the room were like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
what finna happen?" You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Because the black folks have all been conditioned. You don't challenge authority. You just go along with what authority say.
Mm-hmm.
What the main dude responded was, "See, we like questions like that. That's a sign of a leader, of management."
Is it? Is it?
Well, he was white, so yes.
Exactly.
When you do it, you white. It's
I don't
okay.
agree with that at all. I think that's dumb. I had a coworker that I used to work with did the same shit. Like, that motherfucker used to everything. That's not what the rules say. That's not what the manual says over here. The rule book clearly says this. I don't know. I don't know, man. I got my own opinion about shit. I don't really know if I was just an asshole to my. Maybe I just knew my place.
I don't think it's about being an asshole. I think in a lot of times it's legitimate. Hold on, what did it say? Hold on. Black children really aren't allowed to have opinions outside of your parents' opinions. Point blank, period. And bless your heart if any of your opinions on religion don't reflect those of your parents. There's no way you don't know this stifles your child's mental growth. It's one thing to want to shape your children, but what happens when they grow and realize they have no sense of self and can't get one because they have zero original thoughts? I want my kids to think for themselves. Even at the cost of feeling like they, are going against what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I value that. Now,
'cause it might be my way of thinking might be wrong.
yeah.
All this time.
If you saying the sky purple, it's definitely wrong. Sound like B.O.B.
All these bills. Don't you see all these bills on the damn table? Why you crying? Sky purple.
So we need to get to the topic. So I'm gonna run through the rest of these. Not allowing us to have any personal space. Continuously using explicit language. But I do want to talk about this one. Pretending that you're never wrong and not apologizing when you are in fact dead wrong.
Yeah.
That is a killer. Like, admit that you wronged your kids. And another thing, admit that you did some wrongs when you were little.
Right.
I got parents who trying to convince their kids that they never did bad stuff.
That is dumb.
Exactly. And
That's
so
dumb
when
as
your
hell.
kids find out, the problem is when your kids find out you did do some bad stuff because they talked to Uncle Johnny. And Uncle Johnny said, "Oh yeah, your mama was busting it wide open in the back of a pickup
Yeah.
truck out on the football
Yeah,
field.
you
Yeah,
know
that
that ain't
she
your
got
real
caught."
daddy.
You know that dude you calling daddy?
He ain't your real
No.
daddy. Your real daddy over there in Oklahoma.
And the other dude you call uncle? That ain't your uncle. I actually think that's one of them on here. Making us call everybody auntie or uncle.
You right.
And
Right.
ignoring sexual abuse and shaming your daughters. Yeah, that happens.
Let me throw something out here real quick, which is crazy as fuck. Like, why? It's more rampant in the black community than a lot of people really realize. But like, young black girls get molested a lot by their fucking uncles.
They
and
do.
they fucking parents know about this shit, and they don't do shit about that. Why is that? Why? Like, that's crazy as fuck. Like, that boggles my mind because I've dated a girl before that her uncle like molested her, like square biz, and her folks knew about it, and that completely fucked her up in her mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, why didn't you tell anybody? She was like, I was scared I was gonna get in trouble.
Usually they be threatening them folks. Usually them uncles and stuff be threatening. You know.
Why? I mean, I don't know. There's stuff like that, man. Like, really saddens me because you are completely fucking up somebody's life for the rest of their life when you do that shit. And then, especially when the parents know, then you can't, like, I think it puts you at a point in your life where you can't trust anybody. Because if you got an uncle molesting you, you got your parents not telling anybody and knowing about it. Like, who can you trust after that?
Hard to trust anybody. But that is a vulnerable population. That's a population where those men don't got nothing to lose. You know, and they try to gain some kind of sexual gratification from it. It's
That's
extremely misguided and fucked up, but
yeah, and then,
parents, it's your parents' job to protect your kids. You can't just let folks stay with anybody. You can't just let anybody be around your kids without an eye on.
mm-hmm.
That's how this kind of stuff happens.
And sometimes when it comes to shaming daughters, I think a lot of women, a lot of single moms think they daughter gonna make the same dumbass mistake that they made. Mm-hmm. So that's why they be trying to dog them out and shit like that. I'm like, look, just teach them better. Like, just put them on game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's ridiculous, man. But all these things are things that parents need to stop doing, or at least need to explore as it pertains to, you know, what you're going to do moving forward.
I think this last thing about this, and we can move on, but I think parents, especially black parents, well, we talking about black parents, but maybe get educated more in parent. I don't think black parents educate themselves enough as far as being parents. They don't, and a lot of times they get caught up in like the bullshit, and they feel like the way that the old school way of doing things is always the best way.
Yep, but ain't no way to know. No way to know what the best way is. It's just you got to base it off of your kid and what you're trying to achieve for your kid, in my opinion.
I want my kid to be successful, so they don't put me in one of them homes off Dateline.
I talked about this last night. Like, a lot of parents, you ask them, what are your goals for your kid? And they say something like, you know, to get them to age 18. Okay, that's a good long-term goal, but what about what you going to do to get him from 9 to 10 successfully?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
right?
How are you gonna focus on his grades? How are you gonna focus on his self-esteem and his self-worth? How you gonna focus on his peer activity and interaction? You know, a lot of folks don't think about that. They just think about the big picture, trying to get him to 18.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't always work out like that.
Parents aren't always involved like that, though.
I know that's a big issue with the situation. But that's what we got about this. If you want to send a listener letter to the show, conversationconartist@gmail.com or the Facebook page.
No more website.
No, the website's still up, but it's finna be gone. So you can hit the first story up.
Oh, which one do I want to go with first? I have so many. I'm gonna start off with this dedicated to Red. I'm gonna dedicate this one to Red. Shout out to Red. Kim K apologizes for dressing up as Aaliyah. So Kim Kardashian for Halloween did like 4 different celebrity Halloween costumes, like Cher, Madonna, Selena, and she finally dressed up as Aaliyah. And a lot of people was mad about that. They were saying like she was dressing up as a black singer when she's quote unquote white. Now she's not white; she's Armenian. So I don't know if that's a difference or not. I guess she's portrayed as white. I don't know.
Half Armenian.
But she kind of responded back and said, you know, like, Aaliyah was such an amazing singer and she will forever be a music legend. I saw online that some people thought that my costume was in poor taste, and I'm truly sorry if that offended anyone. When I was creating the costume, I wasn't dressing as a race or a culture, but rather than a woman who I will always admire. I play every kind of genre of music in my home, and like for my kids to be exposed to many different artists. For me, it's always about love and respect. Here's my thing about that. Why do we still give a fuck about what Kim K do? Why? Like, if she want to dress up as Bozo the fucking clown, let that bitch do that shit. I'm kind of tired of people getting up in arms. It feels like every time she do something, people got to get outraged about it. And to be honest, y'all just giving her more power to be a celebrity. Like, she don't do shit. She don't do nothing at all. Now, was it in poor taste that she dressed as Aaliyah? It's Halloween. I might dress up as a white man. Matter of fact, I was a white man, pal. I was Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. You can't get no whiter than that.
He ain't white, though.
He is white.
He's
space white. Yeah.
He's white by color, but he is a Saiyan.
He's space standard white. Out of space, that's it. That's the standard. Do you think people was wrong for jumping down her throat about that?
I kind of do. I think people were wrong because. So when you talk about cultural appropriation, you talk about wiping away the culture.
Right.
Right?
That was amazing.
My roommate just screamed something so loud. Y'all probably could hear it with God dang.
That was hilarious.
He probably playing NBA 2K18.
Yep.
He probably just bought a bunch of VC.
Get this player up. Get this player up. You got to get that player right.
What was I saying?
You were talking about cultural appropriation.
When you're talking about cultural appropriation, you're talking about people that want to wipe away the culture, right?
Right.
You're talking about using a dream catcher. For example, do you know the origin of tribal tattoos?
No.
Samoan and Polynesian cultures use certain tribal tattoos to be able to identify their grandparents. Like the same families have the same tribal tattoos.
I didn't know that.
They could identify their family lineage from that. But see, white people take it and it's just popularized.
Yeah.
We just get tribal tattoos.
Like, oh, this is cool.
Same thing for ear gauges. You see a bunch of white people, hipsters with ear gauges in their ear.
And hipsters
Come from the same culture, Polynesian and Samoan culture, and African culture.
Right.
I might be wrong with Polynesian, but definitely African culture. But who knows where it came from, And the thing is, it slights the cultures that these mean something for. They're taking these tribal tattoos that means this is how I identify my family, and they say, hey, this is just cool.
Right.
So it's wiping away the culture. Now, what else can we do with that? We can do with black culture with hair. The big problem with hair is like, African American styles or like cornrows and stuff.
Right.
Is that you couldn't get a job with cornrows. You had pretty much just had to have a low haircut. So they take something and they sensationalize it and make it seem all glitz and glamour when it's never been that for us. But it's been something that we had to do to maintain our hair. For us, it was you can't get a job. For them, it's how this is fashionable. When I want to get a job, I just take it down.
Yeah. Like, it's no problem. White
So,
dreads.
The reason I understand kind of both sides with the Aaliyah situation is that Aaliyah is a cultural icon, not a cultural tradition.
Right.
Right. So I see how people can look at it and say, you are emulating the culture and you're wiping away her memory and her existence, because little white girls that look at her outfit be like, I don't know who Aaliyah is. That's Kim K outfit,
But the Hispanics didn't go crazy. She dressed up as Selena, and you see Hispanics get all crazy.
Latinos don't really get mad about much in that regard.
Yeah,
like, we the only ones that get mad about everything. And I don't mean,
a lot of them ain't legal to do it. So
we get mad about a lot of stuff, not in the sense that we should. Like, I think everybody should get mad about a lot of stuff. We've been shitted on for a lot of years.
Yeah.
We get mad, and we finally got the voice to start challenging stuff, and we started doing it, and they don't like it. But the way that I think it's okay is because she's a cultural icon, not a cultural tradition. She's not something that helps you identify your family or nothing. She's just a singer. You know, and you can't get mad about them dressing as a black singer when they dress as all kind of other stuff and you're okay with it. Like Killer Mike said that if you can't be he basically said you can't be a selective social activist.
You know? Thank you. Exactly.
Either you gonna support everybody or I don't care if you support yourself. You can't be a black person and say black issues, yeah. But when the same shit happening to other oppressed groups, you be like, you know, that ain't my group.
Me.
Yeah, that's fuckery.
A lot of it.
Yeah,
but Kim K takes a lot of black meats, so maybe she could get a pass.
It's like Will Smith, where he'd be like, "You got any black in you? You want some?"
Like Kim K has taken several black meats, so I mean, I guess she's just like, I feel a little Aaliyah-ish right now. I don't know. I don't feel like it. I think people got to get out of hand with some of this shit.
Aaliyah was taking overripe meat.
Don't do that.
R. Kelly.
Don't do that.
What?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Bro, the sun was setting on his meat while the sun was rising on hers.
The parents signed off on that shit.
What that mean?
I'm just saying.
R. Kelly rolled up to their parking garage with a Bentley. Talking about, hey, I'm asking for your daughter's hand in marriage. Whoops. Drop those keys. You might as well keep them. They sold their daughter to that man.
That's your Uncle R. Kelly.
Uncle Kels.
Uncle Kels.
Touching the little girls.
That kind of goes back to what we originally talked about. Call everybody uncle and auntie. Wrong.
Uncle Kelly.
But I don't know. Kim K takes a lot of black meats, so I think you could let her have the Aaliyah thing. Give her a pass. Fuck it. What
Look,
you got?
y'all. Wendy Williams.
Oh! Falling
They
ass. Sorry. I'm sorry. I should be ashamed.
I'm just saying. They try to say shit. If y'all didn't know, on her show, she passed out and she woke up.
Can I say something real quick? When she fell out, you know what I thought about?
What you thought?
She had this look on her face like from That's So Raven. Remember when Raven used to get
when
the visions?
Yeah.
I was like, Wendy Williams having a vision. I was like, I wonder what she see.
Bruh. It looked like she saw death. It looked like the hand of death was about to reach out to touch her, and she was trying to back up, but she couldn't move. And she just dropped, bruh. She dropped like gravity pushed her to the ground. Like gravity said, sit to my child. Ha! That's what it looked like. I was like, that wasn't no dehydration, bruh.
I mean, she said she got overheated.
She saw Satan. Like, if you gonna see her video, her eyes bugged so
She looked
high.
like, I wish you could put up I wish this was a video so we could put up a picture of her face and Raven Baxter's face when she had them visions and be like, she was having a vision. That's so Raven.
Man, my first thought would have been, please, Lord, don't let me die in this shit.
Oh, as a Statue of Liberty.
She had dressed as the Statue of Liberty and had a damn near stroke, look like.
Let me say something real quick about this, too. Wendy Williams, as much shit as she talks, couldn't happen to a better person. This motherfucker talks shit about everybody all the time on her show. All the time, man. And, like, she fell out and was like, oh, well, you know, I'm just dehydrated. I'm home, and I'm all right, guys. And then she actually did the rest of the show. It was like, I'm a trooper, guys. I was like, you just took too many lines this morning.
That's what that was. Dressed up at the Statue of Liberty. Her eyes bugged. One of them was high, one of them was low.
Yeah, she looked like off a cartoon. Yeah, it was like a cartoon dog. Like, huh? Like, why? We should be ashamed.
I'm sorry to be talking about Wendy, but I just feel I brought that up to say I think she has some bigger health issues than just she was dehydrated, man. I don't know. That looked real bad. Her speech started getting slurred, incoherent.
She looked like, I guess this turned into a roast section. She looked like Homer from The Simpsons. Like when Homer get drunk.
Yeah.
She looked like that, man. I don't know. Wendy Williams, I don't have any feelings about Wendy Williams because she do a lot of people wrong and talk a lot of bullshit to get ratings. And, you know, it's kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want bad things to happen to people, but for certain people, when they do happen, There you go. You get what you ask for sometimes. Wendy Williams ain't shit.
Is this the same Wendy Williams that Tupac got accused of sodomy?
No.
This a different Wendy Williams.
Different Wendy Williams.
Did this Wendy Williams is old enough to have been that one?
Yeah, but that ain't her.
But that ain't her.
It's different Wendy
I guess
Williams.
there's a bunch of Wendy Williams out here in the world.
That's the most basic name in the world.
W.
I'm pretty sure Wendy's, her last name is Williams. Like, what's your last name? Wendy, you know, for the restaurant? Yeah. Williams? Basic ass name.
Okay.
What else? Let's see.
What you got?
Oh, man. Well, as no surprise news comes out, Star Jones' ex-husband comes out as gay. Today, not gay. I'm sorry. Comes out and he says, today I accept myself as a bisexual man. So, you know, Star Jones, she used to be a part of The View, was getting married to this gentleman 9 years ago. And it was they got married, and then they had this divorce. It was like real publicized, and she kept saying that he was gay, and he kept denying it, and he kept saying, I'm not gay. And then finally, the other day, he had a statement. He said, you know, he's going to get past some of these rumors. So this is what he had to say. Today, I accept myself as a bisexual man. Ever since I have been in the public eye, people have been speculating about my sexuality. And speculating is a kind word for how it actually played out. With anger and disdain, people have been calling me out as gay, closeted, a sham, and even nastier, much nastier. I have come to the point in my life where I am ready to discuss my truth. I wasn't ready to do this then. I wasn't even ready to think about it, let alone process it, to understand my journey and how I got to this point. So you need to understand a little bit about me. And then so on and so forth. He goes out and he just proclaims himself as gay. My thing is, one, when they was going to get married, you could look at that nigga and tell he was gay. Period. Here's a picture. Have you seen the picture of him now?
Mm-mm.
Here, Mr. On Point. This is what he looks like.
Okay.
I got that story, honestly, to kind of talk about how some dudes just don't accept the fact that they're like straight up gay. Like, he's just like, I'm coming out as bisexual. Like, no, nigga, you gay, cuz.
So are you saying that bisexuality don't exist?
Does it?
If you have sex with men and women, you bisexual.
No. You can't. So it's okay to be with both.
If you want to.
So
you can do what you want to do. You can fuck an animal if you want to.
Bestiality in this
Yeah,
bitch.
you can put a carrot in your ass. I want to
What is that ality? What is that? That's a fatality?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Vegetality?
Like, people use cucumbers. I'm pretty sure doctors done fish cucumbers out somebody's ass because they overdid it a little bit.
I don't know, man. I think coming out as bisexual ain't shit. Like, that's like saying, like, hey, everybody, I like vegetables and candy. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't. And then, a lot of times, too, like, the down low brother shit, that shit be killing me, too, man. I don't see how people can do that type of shit.
Live in your truth.
Might as well. If you like fucking dudes, just fuck them. And just be like, hey, I like fucking guys.
They do that. They just be in a relationship.
They be married and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny to see that Star Jones did not tell that this nigga was on both sides of the fence.
I mean, you see what you want to see in people, man.
Is that how that go?
Star Jones ain't, I mean, she's 4.5. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'll accept the gay looking.
And Star Jones is not the best looking motherfucker out there.
I said 4.5.
So who?
4.5.
What is that?
4.5 stars.
Out of how many?
She ain't a 5.
She ain't 4.5 either. She's like a 2.
Let me see.
Look at Star Jones. Would you hit that? Don't you lie.
With a
Don't
brick?
you-
Nah, I wouldn't.
Star Jones look terrible.
She
Well, I don't
she
know on
look
a drunk
weird
night, though.
Because of she looked weird because of
She lost all that weight.
yeah, she lost a lot of weight.
I don't know
feel
on a
she
drunk
looked
night,
better when
though.
she was bigger.
On a drunk night. If I had one too many, and it was last call,
Would you have sex with Missy Elliott?
in a heartbeat.
Old Missy Elliott?
In a
I
heartbeat.
can't stop the rain.
In a heartbeat.
Silly as hell.
In a heartbeat. She can get it.
She was somebody that was so weird to me when she first came out.
Missy Elliott, if you listen to this, I would hit you in your fat days too. Hit me in my DMs, Cole Jackson 12, Twitter. That was my sexy voice. Hell yeah, I hit Missy. Missy wasn't, she was weird, nigga, but that little goofy ass smile, yeah, I get that motherfucker. She didn't get it hard. And plus she had big titties.
I got you.
I like boobies. Big boobies. She had big boobies.
Okay.
I don't know if I would hit it now though.
Well, she done lost
She a
weight.
recluse. I don't like that shit.
She a recluse.
Yeah, like you don't see Missy Elliott out no more, hardly.
She probably having kids, man.
No, nigga.
Why not?
I don't see Missy Elliott with no dude.
You don't see Missy Elliott with nobody because she a recluse.
I don't know.
She
What's-
chilling.
It's like shit like that be creeping me out because you used to be in a public guy all the damn time and all this other shit. Now you just hiding. Like, what the fuck going on?
She probably owe somebody money.
No, Miss
Long
Elliott,
short.
she's straight.
Yeah, she's straight, man. But she might be a gambler. Might owe somebody a car, a Range Rover, and she ain't paid up. She trying not to get her kneecaps busted.
Would you hit? Would you get it?
No,
Why not?
it ain't a lot of celebrities I would have sex with.
Really?
No,
Why not?
I don't like just sex. Like they gotta be a pleasant person, and I don't know none of them celebrities.
Sometimes you can grudge fuck somebody.
What? hell is that?
Grudge fucking.
What is that?
Just like
You
ain't
saying
got-
it again?
You
No
ain't
help.
got- you ain't got to like them. You just get it.
I don't like that. I like the other stuff with sex. I like the emotional connection and the
Oh, you want to do them.
closeness and intimate. I
You
like
want
all
to
that
do
other
them.
shit.
Fuck that.
I rather masturbate
Fuck that. Fuck that.
than
You
to
made
just
this.
have random sex with somebody random.
You rated like Halle Berry. Like she made that horrible ass Catwoman. I would grudge fuck Halle Berry because she made that shitty ass Catwoman movie. You made this shitty movie. I'm getting it hard. Sorry, we're off the rails.
We
I
are.
apologize.
Your next topic.
I guess it's both our next topic because we both got this.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's a story that we both actually kind of looked up. We just did two sides of the coin, man. Tyrese child abuse investigation dropped days after his meltdown. So unless you've been under a rock, Tyrese
Or
got...
under the rock.
I see what you did there, and I like it. Tyrese got on social media and melted down over his daughter. Like, that motherfucker was full blown boohooing, like full blown. A lot of people gave him shit for that, but then I was like, he just want to be a dad, y'all. Like, shit, let that nigga be a dad. He just want his kid. He just want his kid. It's all right.
Well,
Tyrese.
what's the line? Where's the line?
What you mean? Where's the line?
What about Uncle Kelly? What about his kids? Can he just be a dad because he want to be a dad?
I can't even answer that shit. That's fucked up. No. No.
So
okay.
what we have established is there is a line by which if you cross it, that you are restricted from being able to be a dad just because you want it.
Those are two different people that we
Well,
talking
I
about.
know. I'm just saying. Is there something
Uncle
that
Kelly.
you find out Tyrese did that would make you not say that?
Shit. Fuck. Yes.
So we don't know what Tyrese did, but he's alleging to have been beating their ass for some time. And getting on this TV and crying, or what is Instagram?
It was
Getting
on Instagram.
and crying ain't gonna change it.
Apparently it did because they got the case got dropped.
The case got dropped by Child Services, which means that don't mean that he ain't beat them folks. It means that they not pressing charges. This happen all the time with my job. They don't press charges all the time on abuse cases if the parents cooperate.
Do you think Tyrese beat his kid?
Hell
beat his little
yeah.
girl? Tyrese looks soft as fuck, cuz.
Yeah, that's why
I could whoop Tyrese
the
ass.
people that been whooping their kids on Facebook look soft as fuck, but they that power dynamic.
I don't know, man.
Tyrese's teeth make him look like he was sucking on a pacifier for too long.
He was. I'll whoop Tyrese ass. I'll beat the hell out of Tyrese. Yeah, that nigga don't scare me. He ain't no scary
Just
ass.
because he don't scare you don't mean he can't whoop your ass.
Nah, I doubt that.
So, in best case scenario, you'll start the fight.
Oh, I step all over the nigga Jay. I disrespect that nigga as much as I possibly can.
You gonna knock his fried chitlins out his hand, huh?
Yeah. No, Jody. What you gonna do to me, Jody, nigga?
Man, got choked out by Veen
You
Rain.
got punked by Snoop Dogg with luxurious curls and Baby Boy. His curls was like luxurious as fuck, and you got scared. Nigga, I will whoop your ass.
I think Tyrese. I think any man is capable, regardless of what they look like, to have been beaten up on his family.
I don't know. I have to have evidence, I guess. I don't know the whole story, and I'm at the point now where like news is so. They always trying to get ratings, or always trying to get reads or clicks and shit. That I'm like, and they don't never have no good evidence for shit, man. So I'm just one of them type of people where like you put that shit out in the news, like I got to do my own research, and I just don't know I don't have any evidence of him beating this little girl's ass like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, what kind of evidence are you supposed to have?
Well, I mean, in the Adrian Peterson situation, they had pictures of his little boy with whips and shit all over him.
Well, that's because AP didn't know it was wrong.
So you think Tyrese know the difference?
No, what I'm saying is, when you don't know it's wrong, you whip your kids and you still send them to summer camp, because you thought you were just being a good disciplinarian, and that's a different situation. But Tyrese, they say that he put his knees in that girl back. God damn. Whipped her ass. She was 8. Or very young. I don't know what age. But if he's doing anything resembling that, he don't need to see his damn kid. And he mad about $13,000.
I mean,
that's lowballing still. For his career field.
He ain't no multi-millionaire like that, cuz.
Tyrese got money.
He ain't got that kind of money. Look at him. Tyrese ain't got no money like that, dog. He ain't got no money like that, dude. He got money. I mean, Fast and Furious keep him paid, and Transformers. But I think that $13,000 probably killing his pockets. But he shouldn't. I don't know. He shouldn't never fucked up.
That's based $13,000 based off your salary, so he can afford it. He can afford it.
Well, I mean, the story's out now. They're saying Will and Jada had to give him about $5 million to keep him afloat.
Who?
Tyrese.
What kind of connection they got with the man?
Shit, they probably just felt bad for him because he cried. Get on social media and cry.
You said they gave him $5 million?
Yes.
Seriously?
Let me find the story, bro.
Hell, Will and Jada doing?
Will and Jada got plenty of money.
Why they give it to this crying ass nigga?
Cause he needed help.
No, he need to be at a facility getting help with this depression. He don't need $5 million to go stun on somebody.
Here's the story right here. Will and Jada lends Tyrese $5 million to keep him afloat, quote unquote.
Lens, he ain't getting that back. Will, you ain't getting that money back.
But because I ain't finna read the story, but there it is right there, and they got a picture together. See, $5 million, keep them afloat.
They ain't getting that money back.
They don't need it. That's a drop in the bucket for them. They got plenty of money. I don't know how. Well, Will Smith seemed like a cheap motherfucker.
Somebody owe me $20. I want it back. I don't need it. That shit mine. Yo, fuck how long they holding on to it. That's my money.
I'm just saying, cuz like
And they gave this man $5 million.
$5 million.
How they think he gonna get it back?
They got to keep him afloat. They trying to keep him afloat, keep his head above water. Good times.
How they think he gonna give $5 million back when he ain't even got to work to be able to pay $13,000 child support?
The next Fast and Furious. Oh wait, he ain't gonna be in the next Fast and Furious movie if Rock is in it. So
They probably gonna have to take him to court and make him pay more child support off that $5 million.
Nah, man. Will and Jada got it. Ain't tricking if you got it, cuz. They got it. They got it. It's straight. They good. They probably was like, here you go. Pay us back when you can. That's cool. Keep him afloat. Why not? Why don't nobody like Tyrese? What has he ever done?
He is giving horrible relationship advice. He get out here on Instagram.
Okay, one, who the fuck says, I'm going to listen to Tyrese about relationship advice?
Somebody listening to Tyrese. Black ass. Somebody listening to him.
Who?
What did, what's that dude's name? Mother sucker.
Oh, Michael Blackson.
Michael Blackson. He said, Tyrese, we're going to, me and a lot of other dark-skinned niggas have decided to trade you. He said, me, Wesley Snipes. He named like 3 other real dark-skinned dudes. He said, we trade you for Drake and somebody else.
Oh, Steph Curry.
Yeah, we trade you for Drake and Steph Curry. I was like, oh, this dude's so silly.
I feel bad for Tyrese. Maybe I'm the only one, man. I just see that dude just he just wanted to see his daughter, dog. And he just broke, that nigga had a meltdown. Fuck it. I want to see my baby. What's wrong with that?
If he punched her in the face,
He didn't punch her. Where's the evidence? Evidence. I need evidence. Give me facts.
The facts is that a mama and a daughter who had more to gain by being with Tyrese said they was tired of getting their ass whooped and they left Tyrese.
It's like that Chappelle show skit where he was talking about R. Kelly peeing on the girl, and it's like that. Be honest. You got to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt.
I don't think so. Enough shadow of a doubt is the 2 people that are involved in the situation saying that it happened. Why would they say it happened and it not happen?
To get more money.
They would have more money being with Tyrese.
Get more money off of him for this child
They
support.
would have more money.
She might not want to be with him no more. That nigga might not wash his ass. Shit, he might not wash
Tyrese got
his ass.
stinking booty.
Yeah, balls might be gummy and sweaty all the time. She can't suck them nuts. She can't suck on gummy nuts, dog. She can't do that. So I can't be with this nigga.
Well, like she have for some time now.
Sometimes you got to go through what you got to go through to get what you want. You got to use what you got to get what you want.
I'm not willing to give Tyrese the benefit of the doubt.
That's fucked up.
I'm willing to give the people who've been potentially victimized the benefit of the doubt.
Where's the evidence? I need proof. Just to say, because you can't go off of what people say no more. Because we've already seen where that can go left, and then they be like, "Oh, I wasn't truthful about that."
I work in a field where you gotta listen to the kids, and
so the kid said something like that.
Yeah, the girl said this.
The little girl.
The little girl.
I didn't see that article.
Yeah, they told her what happened. What happened to the girl? I don't know, but there was some allegations that's what happened. That he,
couldn't find the story, huh?
No, I couldn't find it. Nigga, now I gotta go look again.
Exactly.
All right. So, what the claims are is that.
Oh, so you found it?
Yeah, Tyrese went into a rage, pushed our daughter to the ground, pinned her face down, put his knees on her back, grabbed her hands with one arm, and beat her with the other.
Let me ask you a question. What's your source? What's your news source for this?
BET is the news source. Shit, BET is the fucking
point taken.
Listen, all of these articles are the source for this whole situation for you to have your perspective. Like, that logic should be you should believe any of the shit going on at all. Right? If we gonna use articles like this, these are the same kind of articles you use.
BET, like they're a respectable news source for news.
Where did you get your original article about Tyrese?
That's not the point, sir.
Say it. What is it?
That's not the point. Where I got mine from, I got it from Ball Alert.
Baller alert.
Don't judge me.
We in the same boat, man. And no paddles.
That's not the point, damn it.
I understand.
No, I
understand.
was just fucking with you, man. I'm sorry. I got to see some evidence, man. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't know.
If one day your daughter says somebody at school touched me, are you going to be looking for the
Touch
evidence?
like what?
I don't know. But are you going to wait for the evidence before you do something? Or are you going to say it didn't happen because we got to see the evidence, little daughter?
I have to go investigate at school.
You finna go whoop somebody's ass.
I'm going to go investigate. I'm just hang around. I ain't gonna talk to the principal yet. I'm gonna just drive up there and just park.
She had school with Freddy Krueger.
I'm gonna be like, what teacher was this? What does your teacher
Well, the
teach
teacher
you?
was a janitor before he became Freddy Krueger.
It was the janitor.
You know Freddy Krueger's story?
Yeah.
He was the janitor at that school and then was touching them kids and their parents burned them up in the building.
Oh, if it was a janitor, that's the ass whooping. I just whoop all the janitors' asses.
All of them?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna believe me, man. I'm gonna be a ninja on that
Cold. With no evidence?
shit. Well, they janitors, they not teachers.
I'm just saying.
Like they janitors. They ain't getting paid much anyway.
So yes, without evidence. Okay.
if it's a teacher, it's different thing. Then now I gotta
Why
watch
is
the
it different if it's a teacher?
Because that could be different.
I'm just saying.
I have no logic. I have no method to the madness. Damn
I'm
it.
just saying at some point you gotta believe somebody. And
I know.
what you mentioned earlier about the sexual abuse being rampant in the black community, abuse is rampant too. So I'm more likely to believe a child saying that these abuses happen versus believing an adult that say they didn't happen.
Right.
Because the adults got a lot to lose by lying. The kids don't got nothing to lose by telling the truth.
You're right.
You know?
Right. I don't know. So I thought at one point in time I really thought it was just the mom that was spreading this shit. And I was like, she just want more money.
It could be, but at the end of the day, I'm still gonna believe victims over the victimizers most of the time.
I got you.
You know, because that's what we struggle with in the African American community. We want people to believe us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't get believed about stuff. So when it comes to women and children, especially girls, when it's the children, I'm more the man got to show evidence that he ain't did that versus them showing evidence that he did.
That makes sense.
You know, that's just how I look at it. But I do work in the world of child abuse and things of that nature. So, you know.
Yeah. See, you work in that world, man. I don't. I'm just a black dude.
I'm just a black old Bill sitting on Capitol Hill.
I'm just a Bill on Capitol Hill. God, hey, Schoolhouse Rock, man. Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up words, making them sound right. You know what mine was? Lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. I don't know why that, because it had a black dude in it.
Yeah. Was that the one where he was a superhero? No, they had one that was a superhero. I can't never remember the song with that, but it was good. It was like soulful. Like, it had black women singing in it and everything. It was tight.
Anyway, look, Cole Jackson, I appreciate you for joining me today, taking over for Red.
No problem. I'm glad I was invited to do that.
Yeah, enjoyed the exchange, man. It was a good conversation. Where can they find you at?
Oh, well, everybody, it's time for me to shield one more time. Well, you can find me. I am every Monday on BYKRadio.net. I do the news breaks all from 8 to 2. So I got that. I got a podcast. You can catch me on Gubmint Name Podcast. That's GUBMINT name, and you can go to any. You can go to the website BYKRadio.net to listen to that on top of all the other podcasts that we have. What else?
Social Introvert and Black Married Fly.
Yes, shout out to both of them, man. Appreciate y'all. And you can. Where else you can catch me? Social media. If you want to catch me on Twitter, it's ColeJackson12. And if you want to catch me on Instagram, it's ColeJackson_BYNK. And if you are a fat girl that looks cute in the face, you can DM me on both of those. I ain't got nothing else, man. That's it. I don't think I done gave y'all everything that I got. Giving you the best that I got. Need a baker. She can get it too.
You know Andre 3000 trying to do a Anita Baker clothing line.
I'm with it. I'm with
It's
it.
Andre 3000, man.
Don't nobody. Don't you know what? I was listening to Anita Baker the other night, and I just be feeling like don't nobody give her enough props. Anita Baker could sing her ass off.
She had that deep voice.
But if she could sing,
She could sing.
she could sing her ass off. I love me some Anita Baker. DM me Anita. Is she still alive?
Yeah, she's still alive.
Okay, I didn't know.
DM me, Anita. Is she still alive?
Like, I thought Anita Baker might be dead.
Yeah, she alive,
Okay.
man. Andre 3000 had to reach out to her about that idea.
Okay.
So that's how I know.
Don't nobody ever talk about Anita
If I would have
Baker.
read that article, then I would thought she might have been dead too.
See, I ain't wrong in my thinking.
You ain't wrong.
DM me Anita Baker if you out there.
She
DM
might be
me.
too old to know in the world DMing is.
Send me a letter in the mail. I can't give you my address because they'll come find me, but send me something. That's it, man. I ain't got nothing else, man. Hey, guys, I know last thing, I ain't read, but I try to do the best I can read. Can't wait for you to get back on the show so I can listen to you squirm.
All right. Well, you got nothing else on your mind?
No, sir.
All right. Well, until we come to the next conversation. Holla!
Holla, y'all.